Hey guys, what's up once again? Today we're doing another video, top 10s. So I have right here Rose Wilson, who is from the Teen Titans, or I guess DC Comics. I had made her. There's a little bit, that area there. This is my first pop with modeling clay. And so I figured I had some pops that I wanted to do on the top 10 lists. So I figured why not do what I have so far and show you guys just a resume, I guess, of what I've been doing so far. So today we're going to do, as the title says, top 10 custom pops that I've done. These will all be probably like repaints. Some of them are using modeling clay. Some of them are just slight touches to something, but mostly it's just stuff that I've put together, stuff that I wanted to try out, stuff that I've used over the years to kind of set up something. So we'll do top 10 custom Funko Pops. They'll be in the boxes as well, and none of these, or all of these will be ones that I have made or have modified in some way. So we'll start. I will figure this out. This is the Rose Wilson one, like I said. This isn't part of the list, though. This is just one that I had out just to demonstrate. I would put her back in the box, but the problem is that she doesn't fit back in the box because of those little things on the side right here. These little, whatever they're called. So number 10, starting out, is one that I did a couple, maybe a year or so ago. It is X-23, and what I did was a X-Force model of her, and the bobblehead doesn't stay up because of her head. Funny story about this, I actually messed up when I first tried to do this. I messed up her spring in her head, so I had to get a new one, get a random pop, and just find it whatever. It's kind of derpy because of the way I set it up, but it is a bobblehead nonetheless. I just repainted this one. This is just a repaint. I just thought it would be a cool design, and as you see, it's not that different from the original. So yeah, that's his number 10, and I'll put it side by side from what we're going for right there on the right. So yeah, that is number 10. Alright, so number 9 is another repaint I did. I have always loved certain fighting games. This one is, I guess, something where I felt it should have been made, but it never was. What this is a Scorpion box. But the only thing I changed was I repainted it to make it look like Reptile. Reptile was one of my favorite characters growing up as a kid. Pretty much he is, basically the design. I kind of used a light green you can see up here, and then like a dark green down, and then in the body. So that's kind of just to kind of change design. I wanted to change the eyes, but then I decided against it just because every time I see when people change the eyes, it always looks weird. I always get weirded out on, like, Tumblr, not Tumblr, I'm sorry, what am I thinking of? Pinterest, like people where they make custom stuff. I always get weirded out when, like, people do custom stuff and they always give them, like, actual human eyes. I mean, if you've ever gone on Pinterest and just checked it out, you can see, like, they make, like, weird human eyes for them. But this was the one that I thought should have been made. When they made the model for Mortal Kombat, they had, like, Liu Kang, Katana, Raiden, Sub-Zero, and Scorpion. And I felt like my favorite character wasn't really represented, so I made him myself. And so yeah, that is Reptile for number 9. Number 8 is a weird, I guess, niche thing for me. There's definitely different variations of it, but growing up I used to play a lot of Spider-Man type stuff. So this is a Spider-Man custom pop of, from what I remember of the game, there's points where you could pick up little power-ups that would turn you silver, which I found out were armored Spider-Man icons, which would turn you kind of silver and black. So what I had done was I made it kind of looks like a black and white Spider-Man, but it is a let me take him out of the box here. What I have done is make like I want to say armored Spider-Man. It's the armored, same look as the video game, I guess. I mean, it could have been a little bit brighter. The webbing isn't great. I mean, it's hard to get in there in the intricate lines and whatnot. But it's just one thing. Again, most of my customs I made is more of like a can I make it, or I would like to see this thing. So that was another one where I wanted to see this and see if I could make it. So it's pretty simple. Just made it, no problem. And, I really enjoyed what it came out to be. So that was number 8. Number 7 is another Marvel one. I made pretty much Target had a Black Panther. It was the original outfit. Actually, can't really tell what I did to him from here. But, so Target had a Black Panther first appearance outfit. What I had done was, trying out new things, I tried a new paint that was a black, like you look at it one way, it looks black, but it has little tints of gold in it. I don't know if you can see it through the camera, but it's essentially like a black at one look, but at a certain look it's gold. Hopefully you can see it in the cape. The cape really comes out. But yeah, it was one of the things that I wanted to make, wanted to try it out. I did enjoy this one a lot because it was me trying out different kinds of paints, and I just enjoyed this this outfit in general, and thought it'd be cool to just do that with this guy. And like even right here, I think there's parts where I messed up, but it's just the cheekbones in here. But yeah, that is like a gold black kind of gold metallic kind of paint that I tried it out, and this is like the first appearance kind of symbol, I guess, or pop they used for the Black Panther. Yeah, so that was number 6. I enjoyed this one. I'm sorry, this is number 7. So number 6 was one from Overwatch. I had made a special little thing here. What this is Ana from Overwatch, and I made her a certain skin. I'll put on the lights in a sec. I don't know if she stands up on her own. She might have a little thing. Hold on one sec. That is her glow. I'll turn the lights back on here. So this was a Halloween skin they did for an Overwatch event. What I did was I repainted the whole thing to make it look like that. I really enjoyed doing this one. This was actually done with modeling clay, and what I did was I took a regular Ana from Overwatch, and I put modeling clay over top of her face and kind of like repainted it over it. I really enjoyed this one. This is one of my favorites that I thought of and made. This is one of those things where I tested the one in the back, the rose back there, just to see if I could do this kind of thing, and then I added on the whole glow-in-the-dark aspect of it. But yeah, that was a glow-in-the-dark one that I really enjoyed because it was fun to make the modeling clay part and then do the actual mask, and it was just a lot of fun. I really like this one, and that's number 6. And so number 5, we will keep that Ana up there. The number 5 is also a glow-in-the-dark pop that is connected to that character. And what I'll do is I will put it... Let me turn the lights off real quick. So as you can see, Ana glows. That's pretty badass. I love that. But what I wanted to do also, and I had the idea because what I did was, back in my old job, I used to make little, inside jokes with me and my friend. One of my friends named Joe had loved to make fun of little voice quotes. I would come in the morning, or he would come in at the morning. I would work an overnight, and when he was working overnight, he would make do Overwatch quotes. And one of my favorites that him and me joked about was, "You're only human," when people would make mistakes. So, what I decided to do was make a glowing Genji, and I gave it to him, and I made it. And after I made it, I realized, wow, this thing looks awesome. I should make my own. Which it really comes out really well. It came out really well. Like all I think the thing that I loved the most about it was making his little things glow on his, arms and legs right here. Because those glow too, and you can legit see,
I need healing.
So that's pretty badass. I love this one because of the implication of it should glow. His body should glow. When you turn off the lights, this should light up. And, it's not great. It's one of those things where I just kind of made it because I wanted one as well. But it's one of my favorites. It's just a basic Genji pop that I turned into a more realistic looking version of Genji. I loved it. Like I said, this is just a basic Genji. I could do this to really any of them. And it really wasn't that hard to make. It's just kind of glow-in-the-dark paint over top of the green. And it worked really well because the glow-in-the-dark paint that I started out with and tried stuff out with was this type of green kind of look. So that looks, even from right here, it looks badass. It's trying to focus. Okay. It looks badass to me. It's kind of awesome. So, yep, that is number 5. Alright. So number 4 was something that I wanted to make because I thought it'd be cool. It was based in one of my favorite games again. I do a lot of games, do a lot of nerdy stuff. This one was Kazuya Mishima, and there was a specific outfit I was always wanting to play as, and also, that I wanted to have him in, considering they came out with a line of Tekken Pops. What I did was I took... and I'll put it for referencing to see what it should look like. I took the one of the Godfather Pops and took his body and made kind of like a metallic purple, put it all over his body, and then put Kazuya Mishima's head on it. And this is like a legit outfit that I love to see him in, the purple luxury like velvet looking suit. It looks awesome. I think this came out really well. It's like a kind of like a repaint, but also I just kind of put a head on a different body. I love this one just because it's what Kazuya would wear. It's something that I think was pretty cool. Like, as you can see, his normal outfit is different than that. It's his his fist up, and he has and that's what I try to do with the little fist right there, where I gave him the fist he normally wears, his gloves that he normally wears. But yeah, I thought that was pretty cool to just make this because I loved this game and I always wanted to see that kind of look for him. So that is number 4. Okay, so the last couple ones will be special in the way that they're different from normal ones. For instance, I decided to do number 3 as 2 pops, and because they both were made together at the same time. And what I did was these 2 pops are the amalgamation of what I thought of when I wanted to make custom pops. I saw an opportunity to be do you think in my head maybe I could do something that would be a custom or try things out. I did try to a trial period. So I took these 2 pops and tried to make different outfits for them, repaint them. This is another repaint. Repaint them, make them something new, and just try that out. And this is pretty much the first trial that I did for it. Probably a year in, I've had a bunch of pops at this point, and I was like, maybe I'll just try my hand at making little custom things. So I tried these 2, just tried them out. Figured they would be cheap, easy to make, and it would just be simple to do. So these 2 are Ken and Ryu from Street Fighter. So I will lift these guys out. I think what I did here, and I'll show you a lot of examples of what I do that I don't do anymore. Oh, that just fell. Okay. So these two are outfits that I made for these two guys. Just alternate things. You know, if you do Street Fighter, you know, normally when another person picks the same character, you have to have like an alternate outfit. Ken doesn't like to stay up. He's about to get backhanded. Stay up, Ken. Ken, just stay there. You're my favorite of the two. If I had to choose, my favorite's Ken. So this is a few things. This was just a repaint. I did the headband up here. I did the gloves, kept those little symbols on the gloves for Ryu, and just changed the kind of the outfit. And this is my first trial at Pops, like a custom pop. So I tried this out. I also, things that I don't do now is, if you can tell, if you can look at it, I mean, you can kind of see from the reflection of the light, the lacquer, the finish, pretty much when I finish up painting them and give them that smooth feel to them, this one I used was a wet looking lacquer, which even now still feels weird. Now I use more of a smooth lacquer that's more of, it looks more natural. But these guys always look like they're like just drenched in sweat, or drenched in just, like they just got out of the pool. Like you can look at them, they look really super weird. Like they feel weird. You can definitely tell that someone made these, like custom made these. And they're kind of hard to touch. But these were one of the ones that I loved and I started out with, and I figured I'd mention them because I just thought they would be cool to mention and bring up in the fact that they were, you know, my first kind of attempt at these. But you can see the little slight differences and the problems I made originally that I kind of fixed over time. So that is number 3, Ken and Ryu from Street Fighter. Alright, I kind of have cheated in the last pick and said there were 2, and in this is no different. Those are rookie numbers. We're going to bump that up to 4 for number 2. Number 2 has 4 custom pops to it. I guess you could say I cheated, but what I wanted to do was make something that meant a lot to me. Because it was a cool experiment to try, and I figured it'd be awesome to do. So, number 2 is my favorite, I guess, superhero comic book, and that is the Ninja Turtles. Not only the Ninja Turtles, but the Ninja Turtles, at a certain point in the comic book story, they start off with all red. All of them start off with red bandanas. Some versions of the comic do this. They don't have the color coordinated things there, and I'll show you more in detail. So I've done these 4 as the original look to them. What the comic book look was kind of meant to look like. It's really one of those things that I wanted to do because of I didn't think that Funko would ever do this. Sometimes it'd be in black and white and just have the red. A lot of people don't know that the Turtles have a very big comparison to Daredevil. That was one of their favorites, the 2 creators at the time. They loved Daredevil, Frank Miller, kind of comic book setup. They wanted to do something like this because the little similarities, a lot of red, takes place in New York. Stick is Daredevil's master or trainer. Splinter is something you find in Stick. You know, it's little things like that. Daredevil deals with the hand. The Turtles deal with the foot. It's these little things where it's like a very good and obvious homage to the Daredevil comic book and what Daredevil is, you know, to them, I guess. But yeah, so what I did was Donnie, Leo, Mikey, Raph, and just made them red. And some of the stuff I messed up on, like especially the top right here, certain parts of this. But I really like how they looked because the pops for these, their armbands are these, whatever their color is. So what I did for them was, normally with the armbands, they're just brown. So I did just brown for all of them. Did a brown and green look. It looks very cool, very like old school, you know, kind of thing to it. I think the one that looks the worst is Donnie. Donnie has a bit of a mess up here with the paint. I think I messed up somewhere there. But I did that, and I also had a great time making them. For one, because of the fact... Where the fuck did I put it? Oh. I also had a fun time making them because of the fact that they're not only just the OG look to the Turtles, but they also are meant to glow in the dark. And once I am done here, you'll see. Hold on. Let me make sure it's all good for all of them. Yeah, so it's got that cool kind of like look in the dark, because being ninjas, they're always in the shadows and you shouldn't be able to see them, so I figured why not make their eyes glow in the dark, their teeth, mouth, whatever, so that way you can see them. I think I did the logos down here at the bottom, their little symbols down at their bottom of the belt. But yeah, that is, and that came out really great. It's exactly how I want it to look. That's just exactly how I wanted to make them, because it's just such an important part to me. And a lot of stuff I'll talk about a lot with the Turtles. As you can see, this week, my in my opinion, was about the comic book by IDW's publishing. When they rebooted it back up in 2011, I read all of the comics so far. Because of quarantine, I have not, they stopped the pressing or the issuing or the making of the comic book. But I've been reading them, and I really do enjoy them. And if you want to learn more about that, I have my In My Opinion that just came out this week about that. So you can check that out as well. And I probably will make a lot more customs based off of that run of comic book, because I do enjoy those characters from that issue. But like I said, this is not about that. We'll talk about that. If you want to learn more about the IDW run for TMNT, you can check that out in my opinion. But moving on, this is number 2 for these guys. They're number 2 because I love the Turtles in general. So, number 1. Our number 1 pick for my favorite custom pop that I've made. It's not glow in the dark. It's pretty much a repaint. You know, most of these are repaints. I've been trying to do more and more with modeling clay and do stuff like that and just make pops that are cool to me. But number 1 is one of my favorite video games. I've done, I think, 5 and 4 are also from this game. This is the Overwatch Reinhardt. And he is a 6-inch. So not only is he a custom, but he's also a custom, my first custom 6-inch. And he came out great, and I will get him out of here one sec. Alright, so I'm going to back the camera up a little bit. So, this is number 1, my favorite pop that I've done. It is my only, right now, my only 6-inch pop that I have. It's the only 6-inch one I've done. What I've done was I made Reinhardt from the event Uprising. It is a point in time where he was, you know, they show like a flashback and show Tracer's first kind of big mission. This is one that I loved doing. Funny story, I actually made a mistake of, normally when you have to get the head off of the pop, you have to heat it up, get them real hot, so that way the plastic, the vinyl is able to just, you know, slip right off. What I did was I accidentally had not thought about it, went in and put it in a bowl, or sorry, a metal pot, and decided, well, I could heat up this metal pot faster if I put it in the microwave. I messed up my mom's. I was living with my mom at the time. Messed up her microwave and made a big mark in the back of the microwave because I put a metal pot in it. And people made fun of me. My nephew even said it at the age of, I guess, 4 or 5. Uncle Pookie, you can't put metal in the microwave. I didn't think of it at the time. I was just trying to finish this job. It came out great. I love this custom. If you've ever played Overwatch, you know the Uprising event, and I did my best at this logo, and I don't know if you can see it. It's pretty bad. Oh god, don't go that close in. Just focus on that. There we go. It looks like two people trying to touch hands. It's not very good, but it was my best attempt. The rest of it looks great. I love the rest of it. It looks fantastic. I think Reinhardt, someone I don't play as much, but I love his, aesthetic. He's like a big, giant tank guy with a hammer, and it's just, it's badass, and I love it. And I think I did a really well job of making it look like the event. And let me put a side by side here so you can see the difference. Because I think I did. This is one of my favorites. Like I absolutely love this thing, and it's just great. What I did was I took the Best Buy exclusive was the normal him, but with his mask off. So I figured, well, if I can have one with his mask off, I can make the Uprising one, and of course that's what I did. And I think it looks awesome. Like I wish he was posable because I could put him in different poses and precision German engineering. But yeah, this is one of my favorites, number 1, and yeah, it's just such a great design. I think I love everything about it. Pulling it back out of the box after I've done this already and made this and haven't seen it in a while, it reminds me how great this thing just looks. But yeah, that is number 1. Unfortunately, Rose Wilson did not make the list, but that's because I have a couple of custom pops and I don't have enough for 10 to put everyone in there. There were some that I did not finish or did not give you, and maybe I'll show them another time. And yeah, that's it. I also have a surprise for this, actually. So what we'll do is I will open up the Star Wars boxes now, because what I did do, and Reinhardt can be here for this, what I did do was I got another package. Another mystery box. Let me back this up. Another mystery box. This one is from, let me double check here. So, what we're going to do, Reinhardt's going to be here for this. We're going to open up this one here, and then we'll open up the mystery box. I'll explain the mystery box after we open this up, but what we'll do is we'll start with here and open up this mystery mini. Let me get this back as far as I can so you guys can actually see it. This last time when I recorded this made so much noise, so I'm going to try to just back this out and undo it. Alright, it's out of the box, and we are going to open it up. Slice it open. And this is adding to our BB-8, which I can bring up here. Oh, he's actually a bobblehead. Adding to our BB-8 is... oh my goodness, oh my damn, oh my goodness. It is Rey. Her lightsaber is a little bit wonky there, but that is cool. Right on, and if my calculations are correct, these will lock in. And then they do. Okay. So, okay, that doesn't seem really right. But I guess it's supposed to say like that. Like look at BB-8. He's off the ground. Maybe I didn't lock it in right. Oh, let me see here. There we go. There we go. That's awesome. So now we have Rey. Rey and Reinhardt. But yeah, so what we'll do is, I'll get that set up so we can open up this box here. What this was a, actually, same as the last video, which was Plastic Empire. What they did was a mystery box. Let me open this up here. Hold on a sec. So this mystery box is the, it was a Pez a chance for a rare Pez dispenser. You know, Pez. You know what Pez is. I mean, if you don't know what Pez is, I don't know what you're doing. So this is a Pez and a pop. It was a really cheap mystery box. I figured I'd do another one. Again, from Plastic Empire, which was the last video that I did one of these on. So this could be anything. It could be a Pez. It's going to have a pop and a Pez in there. So we'll find out what this is here. And we'll start with the Pez. The Pez is oh, that is pretty awesome. The 10th Doctor. The 10th Doctor, which is great. That is actually one that I will keep. That is awesome. I love the 10th Doctor. So yeah, the Pez of the 10th Doctor is pretty awesome. I'm going to definitely keep this. I used to watch Doctor Who. I don't really anymore, but I did love David Tennant as the Doctor. So that's a pretty cool pop. Or Pez pop. And this one is the pop. Let me see if I can get a better angle. Because they're not really in a box anymore. Let me pull this down. We'll open this up. I don't want to. And Altered Carbon. See, this is not as... This is one of those things where I'm like, I guess this is good. This is a newer pop, though. This is from the TV show on Netflix with Anthony Mackie. I know that. So, I do understand briefly above the show where it's like the main character is a bunch of people but with different faces or different, I guess, lives or different, different, what's the term? In a different body for different seasons. So, this is alright. I could probably use this for a couple of the customs myself, so that's perfect for that. But I do enjoy the 10th Doctor pop. That was pretty cool. I do have another box to open. Pull back that. I do have another box to open by Tom's Model. This was a more of a donation or a benefit thing, but we have our top custom pop, our mystery mini for that video. So yeah, that's a pretty, one half like last video, one half a good pull, and then the other one, not too bad. Not too worried about when I get stuff I don't want. There's usually people who want them, or there's things I can do with them. So hopefully we can make something out of that. That would be cool. It actually does seem like something that I was actually making an idea of what I'm working on. So it's not a problem. Did like this video, and I did like this pull. If you guys have any questions, put them in the comments. Go like, subscribe. I do more of these. I'm going to work on towards doing more fun ones. Different genres, different stuff like that. Maybe just doing ones where I just open up boxes of mystery stuff. But yeah, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe, and I'll check you guys out next time. Hope to do the Tom's Model one very soon. When I do, I will let you guys know. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.